Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Forgive me as I repeat myself here, but I'm sure you're all aware that tomorrow, Thursday, April 9th, is the last day of the third quarter. So even though I've been saying this for the past couple weeks, go through Power School, check on it. Any missing grades, they have to be turned in to me by tomorrow, 3 p.m. the latest, if you want credit for them. If you've submitted something on assignments, please send me an email just letting me know that it's turned in. Teams does not tell me when students turn in assignments. As far as how grades line up, Monday's activity, the Africa map and vocabulary, will be the last grade of the third quarter. So hopefully you already have that turned in at this point. And if you don't, make sure that you do so by tomorrow the latest. The first activity of fourth quarter that will be graded will be today's activity. Okay, so that's the cutoff. And again, reach out if you have questions. That's one of my biggest items that I want to push for you guys. I don't know if you have questions unless you actually ask me. This isn't a classroom. I can't see that you're struggling. So unless you reach out to me, I don't know that you've reached out, like that you're having difficulty. And I do want to help. I'm really good with answering my email. In most cases during the week, if you email me, I get back to you within an hour. In most cases. Again, if you're going to be like emailing me late at night, I'm not making any promises. But during the day and during the week, I am really good at that. So please reach out, contact me, let me know that you're having difficulties. Likewise, if an assignment that I've given you is taking you more than 45 minutes, there's a good chance you're doing it wrong. Everything is designed to take at 45 minutes max. In fact, some of them are designed for 30 minutes. So if you're really having that much difficulty and it's taking you a really long time, that means you should reach out to me. That's some of the complaints that I've heard over the past couple days. So please, I'm here and ready to help. You just have to ask for it because I can't see you and know that you're struggling. Likewise, Zoom really quickly. Zoom conferences will be every Friday at 10. I'll probably post the link to the Zoom meeting the night before. At the very latest, it'll be the morning of, but that's only if there was technical difficulties. Again, it'll always be 10 a.m. This Friday and next Friday are an exception. Spring break starts this Friday, April 10th. Okay, it's Good Friday. I am not holding Zoom meetings because the district doesn't want us to. They want you to have a break for this spring break. So you will not have Friday Zoom. You will not have the rest of the week. You will not see me next week. So just be aware of that. I'm going to probably end up checking my email a little bit less frequently next week being spring break as well. So I highly encourage you that if you have questions with today's activity, that you try and do it either today or tomorrow. It's not that I won't check my email over spring break, but I do so at a ridiculous rate during the weeks, and I don't want to do that because of spring break. So I encourage you, it's probably better to do it sooner rather than later. Because our next meeting date, our next lesson will be Monday, April 20th, which that's kind of crazy. So if you get it done early, then you'll know what questions you have and I can help you more efficiently if it's sooner rather than later. Okay. So again, big takeaway from this is get missing work into me. And if you have questions, please reach out. Okay. So today, we are going to be talking desertification. In the last activity, you read a little bit about that. You can probably at this point define it as lands becoming desert. And yes, it happens multiple places around the world. It is not just Africa, but Africa, particularly the Sahel region, is one of the worst areas for this. So let me just show you a map quickly. So this is a map of Africa, at least part of it, okay? And this area here in like the lightest color is desert, all right? That's the Sahara Desert, as you guys have read about, okay? The land that is just under it, okay? So that little bit of lighter orange and darker orange, as well as the green, which as you can see, that is cropped. okay? So that's where people are farming in Africa. This land is all sections of that are sections of, oh gosh, as I say that all funny, it is sections that desertification takes place in, okay? That the desert is creeping downward and taking over and becoming more desert in these areas. And because this are agricultural areas, that is a super problem because then you have people who can no longer make food and they're going to die. You'll also notice that some of the highest populations in Africa are around these regions as well. So this isn't just a few people who are affected if this land turns to desert. It is many people who are affected if this land turns to desert. Desertification that we are going to be looking at today is really centered around Lake Chad, okay? Because that, as you can see, is one of the main areas for agriculture. Let me get actually up for you the activity. Hold on, here we go. So what you are going to be doing, and let me just see if this allows me to, there we go. What we'll be doing is trying to come up with a solution. On this post, you'll see a whole bunch of links. There will be links for a couple YouTube videos that explain the process of desertification and some of the ways that people are combating it. And then you will also have a couple articles about some of the different ways and some of the downfalls and positives of each, okay? So you've read about the desertification of Africa. You're going to conduct research to determine the toll it's taking on Africa, particularly around Lake Chad, okay? You are going to first tell me what are political problems that happen as a result of desertification? What are some economic problems that happen as a result of desertification? What are social problems that happen as a result of desertification? They can be brief, they can be bullet pointed. I do not need massive explanation for some of the problems that it causes, okay? Then, using the resources on Teams, again, that is attached to this post with the other YouTube videos and resources. You can also look for additional resources. Please just cite them, MLA format. If you use anything outside of what I've given you. If what I've given you is all you use, then you don't have to cite it. You are going to come up with a proposal for the best solution to the issue of desertification. Okay, you have to make sure that it's detailed. Okay, you're writing a well-written paragraph here. It should be detailed. It should be feasible, meaning it's not some crazy scheme that could never actually work. Okay, and it should address both the effects and causes of desertification. Okay, little reminder, because I've had some issues in this is all my classes, so this speech is being said to everyone from my seniors down to my freshmen. But be aware, things are going into Turnitin.com. Your work will be gone against your classmates and the internet, so be very aware of your sources. Make sure that you're not inadvertently copying and pasting information, because I'm going to see that, and then you're going to get an email from me and to zero in the grade book asking you to redo your work. So save yourself the time, be careful, make sure that you're not sharing your work with anybody and that you are that it is your original work. If you're using a quotation, cite it and quote it appropriately, okay? Although with this activity, I would say it's less likely, not that you can't use quotes, but it's less likely that you're going to end up using quotes. Your ideas, okay? It can be completely original. I've had some amazing responses to this in the past. You can also build off of what other people have said. Some of the videos are going to talk about the Great Green Wall. They're going to talk about the ZIA. They're going to talk about some of the other options people have used in order to try to solve this problem. You can use a combination of those. I don't necessarily expect you to come up with a completely new idea, although that is possible. And remember, if you are coming up with a new idea, keep it feasible. Make it so that it's actually something that can happen. Like, oh, setting up a rain cloud in Africa, that's really not the answer, right? Because there is really no scientific ability to create a rain cloud in Africa. And even if there was, it just wouldn't probably be the most cost efficient or effective way. Okay, so well-written paragraph, and explain what is your proposal? What is the best way to fix this problem of desertification in the sub-Sahara region, particularly around Lake Chad? Because Lake Chad is drying up. Okay. Um, Again, if you have questions, reach out to me. I really encourage you, try to get this done today or tomorrow. Okay, that I think will be the best use of your time. And then you have the entire April break to relax and not worry about any of this. Okay, so I hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and I will see you Monday, April 20th. Okay, bye.